Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron&Don and Jan here with a special A+ review. We're going to be doing this a lot more because we got a lot of albums we want to talk about. Yeah. Here with our buddy Ian.
Yep.
Here to talk about Tremonti's first solo record, All I Was.
This is such an exciting album to review because it's one of my favorites. It's all of our favorites.
Yeah. Probably his best record in all of our opinions. So, Ian, how about some background on Tremonti?
Well, Tremonti, being one of our all-time favorite instrumentalists, guitarists, lyricists, voices, just flat out an amazing musician. What more could I say besides he's one of the best musicians to ever grace this planet outside of Creed.
He was in Creed.
Hey, Creed's not bad.
They're pretty
I'm going to
bad.
get a lot of hate for that.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. But Mark Tremonti, with his Mixolydian scales and everything else that he brings to the table, just this first album, when I first heard it, personally, I didn't know it was him singing on the album.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was him singing. I thought he was just doing guitar and someone else was filling in for him.
Because really, we only got one track. He was an alter bridge, by the way. And we only got one track, Words Darker Than Their Wings, before Fortress, where he really sung.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made the solo
And
record.
that was also before All I Was.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just kind of led into
Yeah.
it. And we only got one track. We didn't know what he was going to sound like. And pretty great. How about we just dive into the album?
Let's do it.
First track, Leave It Alone.
Leave It Alone. My personal favorite track on this album. Yes. How can you not? Okay, guys. You start off with that fading instrumental guitar riff, okay? So you have that fading guitar into the song. Then the guitar riff kicks in. And keep in mind, this is like when you're listening to this for the first time and you're like, whoa! You're blown away with it. His vocals are insane throughout this song, okay? The chorus. Oh, this is one of my favorite choruses he's ever done. And it's so catchy, and then when it, like after that second chorus, when it drops down to that light guitar and then builds up into the solo, and then it's just huge and it's just so great. It's exciting, and it's just, this song is fantastic. What about you guys?
Well, I think it's fantastic, and I do enjoy the solo and the breakdown quite a bit. It's not my favorite track, but it's still a pretty good track.
See, when I first heard it, I didn't know what to think, obviously, because I didn't know Tremonti was singing on the album. So when that the intro guitar and just the slamming drums, it blew me away. Like I said before, this whole album did. And I remember showing it to these guys, and they're like, that can't be. And so this song, Leave It Alone, just has all the elements of core Tremonti material.
Yes.
It's got a bitchin' guitar solo. It's got heavy lyrics. It's got slamming drums, a killer bass line. It's got it all.
Yep.
Brandon's words, it's a banging instrumental.
Well, funny you should say that, Evan, because I was about to say that about this next track, So You're Afraid, probably my favorite from the record. This is a banging instrumental, okay? Listen here. We've got a great solo. Super fast.
It's one of his best solos.
It is one of his best solos. And we hear, some pretty fast alter bridge solos. This doesn't come even close to anything he's done in alter bridge or Creed, which he didn't do anything in Creed.
I want to say that this is the first taste of the Tremonti thrash metal that we kind of experience later on in Cauterize and Dust.
Yeah, he alludes to that in this track. But yeah, I just enjoy this track. It's a good one. What do you guys think?
So You're Afraid? Dude, it's super fast, super intense. I did not expect that at all. And just the chorus is so catchy.
Well, third track, Wish You Well.
This was honestly the first thing that we find Tremonti doing that's just straight slamming, driving, more riff driven than melody driven with his guitar playing. And the solo, the drums, everything about it. The lyrics may be a little simplistic, but it all comes full circle at the end when everything is just going ham
At the end?
at the end.
Yeah. It gets crazy.
The breakdown part is one of my favorite parts of this song too. It's just the instrumentals throughout is so good.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. This is just a solid track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we go to another one of my favorites, Brains. The first change of pace on this record, because the first three are kind of heavy, and then this one it's also heavy, but in a completely different way.
Oh yeah,
and it's great.
The triplets, the hurt of Phil on the, or not Phil, the kick line, the hurt is on the kick with that heavy, that just riff, like that's borderline gent for Tremonti, I would have to say.
Yeah,
that's borderline gent.
And I love how it starts very different than the rest of the album does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
With that slow little.
it's got that eerie guitar line.
The chorus is also really solid on this song. It's one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah, it's a really it feels dark, and I like that.
Yeah, it's one of the more darker songs on the album. It's definitely in my top 3.
Yeah,
I have to say.
Yeah, me too. And then we go to The Things I've Seen. Another change of pace.
Definitely, yeah. This is the first slower song you get with this album.
First really ballad type song, yeah.
Just his vocals are so good.
And then we go to You Waste Your Time.
This is probably, even though it was the leading single and probably everybody's favorite, it's my least favorite.
But it's got one of the best guitar riffs.
It's still a solid song though.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad at all.
This is an A+ album.
Yeah,
every song needs to be perfect.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying in any way that this is a terrible song. It is by far one of the best songs he's ever written, instrumental-wise, lyric-wise, but it's just not, it doesn't do it for me.
So far through this album, though, I feel like this is where you really hear his, like, punching vocals, Because he's like, yelling into the mic when he hits that chorus.
That's true.
And it's like, what?
That's true.
Out of Mark Tremonti?
He starts getting the rough vocals.
Yeah. And it's just so powerful.
Yeah. That solo is pretty kick-ass,
the solo is
insane.
It's good
solo. Well, and then we go to a ballad, a proper ballad, New Way Out.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, this takes Tremonti, I would say, more back to his Creed days with those kind of riffs. He kind of built that playing style into this song. Not completely, but with the clean tones.
Honestly, it's kind of a mix of like the 3 bands he's been in.
Yeah.
It's got the Creed kind of
the Creed kind of somber, clean tones.
The Creed somber, but the Alter Bridge tuning and the Alter Bridge ending. But then you got just the Tremonti.
The Tremonti solo. Yeah. That's all you got to say.
Yeah, right. Tremonti solo to it.
The thing I love about this song is just there's so much emotion in this one, and you can really feel it with just all the instrumentals and his vocals, and then the solo just fits so well into the song. He's a master of that, soloing over his riffs. Like he can just fit anything into what he writes.
Fit the perfect.
And then when we get to Proof, that's when we find like those really weird riffs. He can just solo over anything.
Yeah.
Moving on to what I find the most underrated Tremonti song, Giving Up.
I wouldn't say it's the most, maybe on this album, but I think it's still a banger.
It's a banger.
It's a banger alert.
It's a good song. I love the guitar riff in this song. It's so nice, it's so heavy, and again, his vocals are great. And again, the solo in it is insane.
Yeah. Well, and then another really cool aspect of the song is the breakdown. It feels a lot different than the others. It's kind of like not too distorted. It's kind of clean.
Yeah.
When he does it, and it's really nice. Probably one of my favorite breakdowns on the album. Because if I had to have a dislike about the album, you know what it would be? It'd be the structure.
Oh.
Every song's got a breakdown. Every song's got the verse chorus. But listen, hear me out. The instrumentals and his vocals and the variety of the breakdowns just kind of push that away, especially with this one, because this is by far my favorite breakdown on the album.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah. Well then, we move on to Proof.
Proof, I think, is one of his greatest accomplishments as a songwriter. Not as just a guitarist, but as a songwriter, because it kind of molds all of these aspects that he's been doing throughout the whole entire album to this point, and it puts it all into one song. You have the weird, like, dissonant, clean / distorted chords. You have the drums, who later on in the song start to build up more. You have that clean little bridge, that little cutoff, and then it leads into this monumental chorus that is only like 7 seconds, 10 seconds, but I think, in my opinion, it's one of his best. I think it's one of his best solos.
I can agree with that too. Yeah. Another thing that sticks out to me again is that bridge and ending riff. That is just so weird, and it's so different from everything on the rest of the album. And I love the harmonies throughout the song too. It's just, this song feels just very different from the others, and I really enjoy it a lot.
I really enjoy the feel to this song.
It's probably third in my top 3.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you on that. Yeah.
I disagree, but it's
Evan doesn't like difference.
that is not true.
Well, then we move on to probably one of the most what am I looking for? Unique. One of the most unique riffs on this album,
and probably one of the most personal songs, like probably coming from his point of view.
Yeah,
because it dives into it like a personal aspect. I'm not sure whether it be him like starting anew or him just becoming who he finally wanted to be with this album.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a big song for him.
Yeah, definitely. And like, you're used to these super distorted guitar riffs, but this, like, the intro isn't really that distorted. It's kind of got that cleaner tone to it, which is really unique. And then, the solo is so freaking good in this one.
Yeah, the solo's great, but you can't forget about the breakdown on this too.
Yeah.
How it's so like slow on the drums.
And
then the riff is like.
It's like One Day Remains, but like 3 times faster.
Yeah, it's super fast, but the drums are slow, and
drums is just a chugging like.
Yeah,
it's
great.
It fits so well. Like the band, Eric Friedman, Garrett Whitlock, and Mark Tremonti all make it fit so well.
They have super good chemistry on this album, and more albums to come. You can hear it too.
Yeah.
Well, then we go to probably my least favorite, Doesn't Matter.
I'd have to say either that or probably Giving Up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just one of those songs that I don't really come back to as much, but it is still a pretty good song.
Yeah, it's a good listen. It graces your ears pretty well.
And that solo too.
Yeah, he has really powerful vocals in this song. And I think it's a really catchy chorus. But his solo is insane in it, but yeah.
It's probably like you said, it's probably the least one I come back to.
Yeah. Going to the closer of the album, Decay. What do you guys think?
It is my absolute favorite song by Tremonti.
Really?
Yes. It is my absolute favorite song by Tremonti, and when I saw them live, I did not expect them to play it.
Oh, I thought it was Brains.
No, they did no, it was Brains and Decay.
Wow.
Yeah. But Decay just right off the bat with that little dive bomb, you just slam straight into the song, and it just everything about that song, the lyrics, the guitar, the crunch of the guitar, the drums, the bridge where he's screaming at the top of his lungs.
I love the bridge.
It's just it's my favorite Tremonti song, my favorite work of his.
Well, I think you said it all.
Yeah.
The riff leading into the bridge is fantastic. His vocals are fantastic. And Eric's background vocals he does
dude.
Oh yeah,
dude.
He harmonizes with Tremonti so freaking well.
Oh yeah.
Also, we didn't say that in New Way Out too.
Oh.
When he's singing at the end of that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Wait, the high notes?
Yeah.
No, that's Mark Tremonti.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. That's Mark Tremonti. That's not Eric Friedman. That's Mark Tremonti.
How do you know this?
You can tell.
We'll take a timeout break and we're going to prove this.
We need to look this up. There's no way that's Tremonti.
It's Tremonti, dude.
And we're back, and we just confirmed that it was Tremonti.
Yeah, that's Mark Tremonti doing those high notes at the end of... You betcha.
Overall, what are your likes?
Everything.
I have to say, the riffs And like I said in the beginning, it's unlike anything we've ever heard from Tremonti before in any of his works, Alter Bridge and Creed. And album by album, it just keeps getting more malicious, more overdriven, more slamming, grooving, just anything you can think of. It just becomes more and more of a Tremonti sound, but I think him starting with this type of music, I think it just culminates perfectly from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I think he captured the Tremonti sound in this already, right off the bat. I mean, there's still, some like Creed and Alter Bridge in there, but I mean, this is him. This is his sound.
It's him.
Yeah.
This is Tremonti.
Yeah. So, we all think this is an A+ album. Tell us what you think.
Give it a listen if you haven't yet.
Catch us next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!